Hello there guys, today we're talking owlbears. Let's roll. Hey guys, so this is one of Wizkids Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures Owlbear. Came out quite a while back, and yeah, I figured we should paint this guy and see what we can do. I've already gone through and removed all the mold lines. This guy is caked in them. And I've given it an all-over spray of Citadel's Mechanica Standard Grey. I find that going over the spray paint that it says it's already got on there is way better than the rubbery stuff that they seem to just dip these in. You don't need to give it a heavy coat of spray, just a little dusting allows the paint to stick a little bit better. But yeah, so let's get into the paints and let's get this guy done. So we've got Mournfang Brown as an all-over cover. It's a nice rich reddy brown, be nice for adding some of the fur colour. Skrag Brown, Deathclaw Brown, Jokaero Orange, Agrax Earthshade, Corvus Black, Dawnstone, Corax White, returning champion, Vallejo Games Dead White Air, Averland Sunset, Yriel Yellow, Casandora Yellow, Abaddon Black, always Abaddon Black, and Rhinox Hide. So, let's get started. First off, we'll need our Mournfang Brown, and we're going to just apply this as a all-over base coat throughout the whole mini, and yeah, it'll give us a nice place to start. So let's get cracking. Again, using our big base brush. So you want a little bit of water. You need to be careful when adding the water with these brushes, because bristles will just soak up all that water. And yeah, just working it on in there. You don't need to be particularly tidy because all of this will be going over anyway. We're just establishing the base layer. I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, like, well, why don't we just get a spray paint that matches this colour? Well, if I could, I would. Unfortunately, there isn't one out there. Okay, now that that's all done and dry, we can start adding our Skrag Brown. There we go. And I'm going to be applying the next couple of layers as a dry brush. So if you remember from the last video, you get a little bit on our Army Painter dry brushing brush, and then bit of tissue paper or kitchen roll, or even a bit of cardboard if you're struggling. You can just rub most of it off and just start working it on there, and it just catches on all the highest raised edges, and we'll be doing this all over the owlbear because it's got a lot of fur. There are feathery bits as well that will be painting a different colour, but don't worry too much about going over those areas because obviously what we use will just cover it up anyway. Yeah. So we'll do this the whole mini. And then we'll be doing it again with our Deathclaw Brown and Jokaero Orange. So the owlbears, obviously in the new 5e edition, I say new edition, it's been out for a fair while now. In 5th ed, they are a large monster, or a large monstrosity. AC 13, 59 hit points. They're pretty beastly. 40-foot speed. You've got dark vision up to 60 foot. So I have a hard time. Plus free perception, yeah, you definitely have a hard time trying to sneak up on one. CR free, so it's a pretty good thing to put against your relatively low party. It could definitely be like a boss monster come to fight, like a hard fight anyway. Keen sight and smell. So they have advantage on wisdom perception checks anyway. So yeah, you're not going to be sneaking up on them if you're a funky smelling rogue anyway. They have multi-attack, so they can attack in the same action, in the same round with their beak and claws. And they do a fair decent chunk of damage as well. Beak doing 1d10 plus 5 piercing. Claws doing 2d8 plus 5. Both of which have a plus 7 to hit. What would be nice is if there was, say, some rules for, owlbear cubs. Get some little baby owlbears going on there as well, and then if they become threatened, mama owlbear, like this one here, can go berserker mode and maybe get like kind of rage mechanic, maybe? That'd be quite cool. Yeah, there's nothing to stop you just doing it yourself, making your own homebrew berserker owlbear rules. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. They're not intelligent creatures, owlbears, with a int of 3. But they are definitely strong at strength 20. We're almost there with this, just a couple of extra areas just to highlight up that fur. Go. So that's Skrag Brown on. Skrag Brown. And now we're going to move on to Deathclaw Brown. So you'll probably notice I'm not going to bother washing my brush. Not real much point. So all pretty dry on there. There's not much. It's not going to change much in the way of how this looks. After we've done these dry brushes, we're going to knock it all back down anyway with the Agrax Earthshade. And then apply a couple more highlights through dry brushing. This is just to take it up to 11 to knock it back down to 10. So with these next couple of dry brushes, we're going to just aim for the higher raised bits. These are just the bits that would more predominantly catch the light. So as you've probably seen me as I've been painting this, the thing I've got on the bottom of this is just an old paint pot. You could use pill pots, chunk of wood. I've seen people do that. And all it is just a bit of blue tack, and it just gives you something to hold on to while you're painting, so you haven't got to touch the miniature itself. Now you might do it now and then accidentally, but swap out this one for my smaller one, because there's a couple of areas there that just need a little bit of attention. See there, just not catching. Oh, this is just a tile furring together. You could do your owlbear whatever you want, you don't have to do brown. There's snowy owlbears. I've even seen a panda owlbear, believe it or not. It is whatever you want. It's your game. Do it how you want. Let no one tell you any different. Alright, let's move on to Jokaero Orange, get that done. Then we can whack on that wash and you can see all that magic take effect. Okay. Just do that around your face. Okay, so that is infinitely better than where we started. Now the next thing we're going to want to do, I lied about doing the Agrax Earthshade, because what we need to do first is we need to apply all the other base layers before we do this, because this is just going to go over everything anyway, so we might as well do all the others first. So what we're going to need our standard size brush. And I'm going to go with the Corvus Black. This is quite quickly becoming one of my favourite paints. It's really, really dark grey. But when you're doing things where you're going to cover it in a wash anyway, it just makes it almost black. It saves a few steps in like trying to make your black look less flat. This kind of takes the edge off and makes it look a little bit better. Right, so you can see we've got these feathery details just here, so I'm just going to go on in there. Get this knocked in. Again, you don't have to paint these this colour. You can paint them however you want. You could have you could have white feathers, pink feathers. You do you. This is just how I want to do mine. I like my owlbears to look. And necessarily, you don't even have to change the color of these. I just like to. You just brace it up a little bit. So you guys can see what's going on. I apologise. And what we're going to do, we're going to use this colour on the claws and the wings. And that is the only places we need to use it, apart from on the face here, these little eyebrows, I guess they would be called. I'm not too sure what they're called. But that's where we're also going to be using it, just there. So I'm just going to block this in, and we'll be back in just a mo. Okay guys, now you see that's all blocked in. What we're going to do is we're just going to grab our dry brush and our Dawnstone. I'm just going to quickly give all those feathers a quick little dry brush, and I'll bring them right up. And again, it's the same as what we've done with the fur. We're going to take it up to knock it back down to bring it back up again. So yeah, we just want to stay localized on the feathery bits just here. And I gotta go too mad and just want to bring them up a little bit. Just bring out some of that detail. Try and be a little bit careful with this bit. You could just use a brush, but at the moment you could just about get away with just using a dry brush here. But yeah, normally just use a regular brush. It'd be far easier on yourself. Okay, so that's that done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to block in all the white bits using Corax white. We're going to aim for around the face, give them a nice white fluffy underbelly, and yeah, then once this is all done and dry, we'll be able to hit with that wash, and then you'll see everything just come together all at once pretty much. What you'll notice almost straight away with when you use Corax white, as any other kind of white paint is, it's not really that white. It is really quite grey. Not too sure why that is. It might just be the pot, but it does the trick. We're gonna be covering it in a brown wash anyway, and then we're gonna highlight it up so it doesn't make that much of a problem. I'm going to go over the eyes as well, because we're going to be changing those. It doesn't matter so much if you go over onto the beak, but you can try and stay tidy. That'd be even better. With the colour, we're going to go over the beak anyway. It won't make that much of a difference, but if you can make your life easier, why not? Okay. So that's our face blocked in. We'll go over that again once it's dry, just to just get a nice solid colour there. You can still see some of the colour underneath trying to poke through, and then I'm going to work on the belly. Let's get a little bit more out of the top. And again, you don't have to do it like this. This is your mini. You do it how you want. I like to give my owlbears a little bit of white fur under the belly. And there's no hard and fast rule for this. It's just kind of work it on in there, make it a little. I don't know if you can see that too well. Okay. Just come and do a little outline of what you want to do, and then just fill it on in. I promise you, when you add that brown wash, it's going to bring it right out. It's going to, that brown wash is going to sit in those recesses, make all the white fur pop, and we're going to hit it with a highlight. It's going to look amazing. Let's give him a little bit under the chin as well, why not? We'll bring that up a little bit. Finish this up, and then when I come back, I'll go on to the next step. Alright, now that that's dry, time for the magic. Now we add the Agrax Earthshade. So we'll get our wash brush. Load up, and then just lather it on. Get it in there, all over. done. We'll be back. We can do the next step. Okay, we're back. So that's all had time to dry now. So that's all nice and ready for us. So what we're going to do is go back over with another dry brush of Deathclaw brown and Jokaero orange. That will allow us to have that fur really pop. Then we're going to go over with all the feathers with Dawnstone, again making them nice and pop. And then we will start to work on the beak using Averland Sunset, which is a great paint, so good for yellow, and Yriel yellow. And then we'll just touch up the white floofy bits with some dead white. And then we'll tidy up the base with Abaddon black, like normal. And we got Casandora yellow to do the eyes. And yeah, it's such an easy trick. You'll be surprised when it's done. So let's get cracking with some dry brushing. Don't need to go as heavy this time round. So all we're trying to do is just pick up some of that detail again, make everything pop. You could, with your own, you could stop before this if that's where you're happy. It's up to you. Definitely make your players at the table definitely impressed with what's about to just kick 10 bells of all kinds of nasty out of them. Alright, so as I said, really quick dry brush. So that's that one done. Do the same with Jokaero orange. Again, not needing to clean my brush. There's no need. That done. Quick bit of Dawnstone. Make sure there's nothing left on that brush. Again, tiny amount, don't need much. that's that. Right. So we're going to get one of our smaller brushes. Give this white a good old shake. And all we're going to do is just pick out a couple of little bit of tufts just to make this white shine a bit better. Make sure you don't have your brush overloaded, otherwise you're just going to get paint everywhere. All I'm doing is just picking out a couple of little tufts. Casandora yellow. Really take underneath. We're not trying to cover everything, we're just trying to bring out some of those highlights so we can pop a little better. You can see from that wash where it's gone in all the recesses. Just make it look that much more realistic. I don't know if realistic's the real word, right word even. Definitely helps sell the effect. That's what I'll put it. Right. Top here. Okay, and just go through his eyes one more time. All right. Okay. So we're going to have to let that dry, make sure that's properly dry. Because when we apply that wash, we don't want this paint reactivating, because then it's just going to make a big mess all over it. That's not good for us. So what we are going to do is we're going to move on to the Averland Sunset and start getting that beak. Averland Sunset, if you ever want to paint yellow, I recommend you start with this colour. Obviously, do your primers and all that kind of stuff first, but Averland Sunset is such a nice colour if you want to do yellow. Anyone that does painting knows yellow is a terrible colour for coverage. This just makes it such a nice change. Having to paint hundreds upon hundreds of layers of yellow and get it all done in 2. There we go, so we've got a nice strong yellow. And we are going to go over it again with the Yriel yellow, just to highlight the beak. I quite like giving my Owlbear's yellow beaks. Just changes it up and stops them looking too dark. If you give them black beaks with all this dark brown fur, it can really darken the whole model down, and then it draws away from the overall look. So I'll have to give that a second coat when that dries. But yeah. So we're almost there. There's a little bit more further to go. And, yeah, okay, now everything's had a chance to dry. What we'll do is we're going to go in with our Abaddon black. And I'm just going to paint the irises. Those eyes there. A tip I generally find is if you're going to do anything that detailed as doing the eyes, you want to water your paint down as much as humanly possible. Get a nice little point on your brush, and then we'll go in and do big old blobs straight away. Just want to work it up. Little dabs. Very angry looking owlbear, and whilst we got this, we might as well use this to fill in this recess in the mouth. There's no detail there being shown, so not a lot we can really do there. Okay. Now all we gotta do is just add that Yriel yellow. What we're doing is just picking out the sharper edges of the beak. Okay guys, so that's it all done. Unfortunately I lost the footage for doing the base, but that is basically just some Vallejo earth texture just washed down with Rhinox hide, and then a couple of tufts of grass from gamer grass, and yeah, I'm happy with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or anything like that, or feedback, please leave it in the comment section below. And please like and subscribe, I guess. See you guys next time. Roll out.